Get in, nerds. We are playing Victoria 3. We're still working on getting the Legitimists into power, and for that we're going to need to continue to increase the size of the agricultural sector. I think we actually don't necessarily need to be building up so many government admins in Auvergne-Limousin, which I think was where we were building them. Or no, this one's in Languedoc, which we do need. But we only need one in Languedoc, so I think we'll just cancel one. Continue to work on that. We don't have a lot going on here. We can increase the speed to 4. I am going to eventually take over Tunis, but not until the Ottoman Empire loses its event, which it is probably going to, just on account of the landowners won their revolution. French Algiers raided. Marauders flying the flag of Mascara have raided our settlements in Algiers, slaughtering both the French garrison and several high-profile collaborators. It was a feint, sir. We thought we were chasing a small raiding party, as only some cattle had been reported as stolen, but the moment we entered the ravine, a cacophony of shouts and gunshots erupted. The captain was the first to fall, and everything went to hell thereafter. From there on, it's just a haze of butchery and fire, sir. Rebuild, their day will come. This increases mortality, messes up throughput, and messes up relations with Mascara, or General Bugeaud is responsible, call up a tribunal. So he's an Orleanist. 50% chance he'll be found guilty and dismissed for his failures. And this one is just the same. We're going to do the second one. Get him out of here. Ah, beautiful. We've increased relations with the United States to the point where we cannot increase them further. We're also almost up there with Prussia, so that'll be just fine. Bugeaud is still in power. Do we have a Legitimist available? No. Sadly, we do not. No armies below low market access in French East Sahara. Oh, right. Completely forgot. I think we can get colonizing French East Sahara. Yes, we can. And Tuat as well? Perhaps. Yes. Go ahead and get started with that. And I think we can go ahead and increase 345. Oh my gosh, we barely have enough. These institutions are expensive. I would love to increase our home affairs. Getting some extra conscription rate is actually quite useful. And I think we may need to go that route in order to reduce our overall reliance on a professional military on account of the Bonapartists do not like that, actually. Is there anyone who wants to go to a national militia? The armed forces are going to be big mad about it. No, we can't afford to do that. We basically need a pacifist in charge of the armed forces, and right now they're in the hands of Jean de Dieu Soult, who is a moderate. Do we have a Legitimist anywhere in the armed forces? Because if we promote that guy enough, we do. Sir, you're getting a huge promotion. Because if this guy gets into control of the armed forces, that's going to really, really help us out. Because that's going to make the armed forces Legitimists. And that would be wonderful. How much longer on this truce? I'm so thirsty for Algeria. You don't even know. So we are going to build these motor industries. We are going to build these iron mines. There's probably going to come a point where I'm going to... So, I can reduce both my and the Bonapartists' progress due to government legitimacy, because we're the same there, and it's due to the difference between this and 50. If we increase it above 50, then the Orleanists get progress, which I can tolerate, but we and the Bonapartists go slower. That's going to mean the Bonapartists are going to get more progress over time than we are proportionally, but we are going to be able to get ahead overall in terms of numbers. Is that smart? I'm not sure. Well, we are going to need a railway in French East Africa because of the whole infrastructure situation there. It's probably going to take forever to build. Oh man, that's going to hurt. We got a lot of radicals here. We got a lot of radicals here. But, oh, Auguste Comte has appeared in France. To venerate mankind, Auguste Comte, a philosopher of the sciences at the École Polytechnique in Ile-de-France, has published a treatise on the reorganization of society along positivist lines. Viewed from the moral, scientific, or poetical aspect, it is equally valuable. It is the only principle which can bring humanity safely through the most formidable crisis that she has ever yet undergone. It will be now clear to all that the force of demonstration, a force peculiar to modern times, and which still retain... Can you relax? Joint stock companies? I'm trying to read some stonky prose here. I'm just kidding. I'm being salty for comedic effect here. It will now be clear that the force of demonstration, a force peculiar to modern times and which still retains much of its destructive character, becomes matured and elevated by positivism. And here is boon to the French Academy. Discourse on positivism, intelligentsia gets extra interest group attraction. Or, if he wishes to change society, he is welcome to try. He becomes available as an agitator. So, Auguste Comte, you are a positivist. I don't think he's going to start a movement for state atheism. I don't want that. Let's just go with a boon to French academia. That's going to increase the intelligentsia's political strength. Nationalism is spreading. Wonderful. We're currently working on pharmaceuticals, and after that we're going to quinine. That'll help us increase our investment in our overall capability for investment in colonization, which will help things out. We can form a new company. We do have Dulphus Mej Etsia. What else can I get legitimist progress off of any of these? Sorry, I'm just looking through to see if I can get my birth rate one. Bureaucracy, loyalists from standard of living increases. Radicals from standard of living decreases. Alright. I can't get any legitimist progress here. Extra colony growth speed, but none of these are that productive, so unfortunately that's not going to be possible. French dyes and silks, not really good. Orchard Guild of Burgundy. Prestige is nice. Infrastructure per 100k population is very good. Alsace-Lorraine Metals is like one of the few that actually would be productive, but all that gives me is steel mills building throughput. Fertilizer plants throughput birth rate would be nice. I'm not going to be able to get that until I get a vacuum canning, though. Combined French Paper Corporation would give me extra bureaucracy, and that's actually quite good. This would give me reduced radicals for standard of living decreases, which would also be nice. I think we're going with the textiles, because reduced radicals from standard of living decreases is very important overall. Alright. What are you? You're infamy! Oh, that's what this is. Excellent. I didn't even realize that. So, how much is infamy is it going to be to take over Mascara? Well, we still have a truce with them for another week. Alright, well, we'll give that another week, and then we'll take a look at it. We might need to wait just a few more months to get this infamy down here, but we've got plenty of infamy decay increasing due to our high level of influence. I'm worried about this because, of course, we're not actually focusing... I'm going to cancel this government admin. We're not really focusing on building up the the farms that we need in order to make our legitimism happen. So I think at this stage, just to slow down the Bonapartists, I am going to change up the government. So let's go ahead and put the Resistance Party in charge. So that's going to give it a week to take over. While that's going on, we'll take a look at what it's going to take. Alright, 17.5 to take Algiers. So we're going to have to wait until we're below 7.5 ourselves. So that's plenty of time. Giving that a week to flip over now. Orleanists are going faster than us, but the Bonapartists are being slowed down. We're much closer to the Bonapartists now, because both of us are getting that debuff on progress from the high government legitimacy. So I'm going to be able to overtake the Orleanists through building pretty soon. So I think that buying time has actually been very productive for us overall. I think we also may have gained a clout bonus. Because these guys have more clout now that they're in government, maybe? Not sure. Not sure exactly how that goes. Alright, let's get this going here. We wanna start grabbing some more territory in Mascara, and the only way to get there is to get some time passed. Because again, I'm being very careful about this infamy, especially in the early game. We've got a lot of potential enemies in Europe, particularly these guys. They love doing an empire, and I wish they would not. I do eventually need to get some government buildings built up. We have helped out our standard of living issue in Alsace-Lorraine and Ile-de-France, which should hopefully make things a lot easier. I don't have a lot of unemployment here or anything. People are leaving here. Alsace-Lorraine, that's not ideal. 7.7, let's keep it going down. I'm going to do another pass through Bonapartist, Orleanist. And for the navies, Orleanist, Reformer. I'm going to pull you in to the Escadre de la Méditerranée, and we'll see if we get another guy who's legitimist. Nope. Just a Bonapartist. I can't win with these navies. Alright, we're below 7.5. There we are. Alright, so let's grab Mascara. I'm going to mobilize all our armies because I don't really have a money problem, and I don't want this to go. I want this to go down without a hitch. I don't want there to be a problem. We do have some countries we could potentially sway. If Britain gets in on this, then we'll bring the Austrians in. The people for the Bonapartists. Louis Napoleon Bonaparte, an experienced and fiercely populist political advocate, has embarked... Stop bringing up tooltips. Has embarked on a campaign to further the claim of his Bonapartist cause amongst the common people. Reims tolls for House Bonaparte, a new king, a new Charlemagne. Long live France, long live Bonaparte. Civil march in Paris behind Louis Napoleon. Marchers are encouraged to wear the colors of Bonaparte. Quite the boon for his cause, increases their progress by 15. His work will place the Bonapartist leaders in a new light, increases popularity for Louis Napoleon and for Jean-François Mocquard. So, well, first of all, there's a sway in exchange for us owing them an obligation. I'm going to decline for the moment. I don't actually need your help right now. Britain is occupied by the South Australian Liberal Revolt. So, this number here, 8.5 from combined popularity of Bonapartist characters. So let me just validate. This guy's 60. And other Bonapartists are moderate. Orleanist, Legitimist, Reformer. Oh, no, it's just the head of the, it's just this guy, right? Yeah, he's a Bonapartist, and he's 25. So between the 60 that Napoleon's got, yeah, it's just the combined number here. So if I say quite the boon, this will give them a flat 15 progress. Whereas, if I go with the other one, it'll give them 0.4 per month. So, and this will last for 2 years. So 0.4 per month for 2 years. Honestly, I didn't think we were going to be down to GenCat math hours, but here we are. Times 12 times 2 is a total of 9.6, which is less than 15. So I'm actually going to go with the second one. I hope that doesn't... I hope this isn't per week. If it's per week, then I've messed up. But I think it's per month. Let's see if it happens during the month changeover here. 271 and 230. $275 and $233. Yeah, it's per month. All right, I'm gonna do the second one. That is gonna give them some increased progress, but it is what it is. About a week turnover on that. Yep, there we go. Again, a shame, but I know I've got an event that I can pop for this, and for the moment the only other option we've got is just building stuff up. I think I might skip out on this railway, or at least put it to the bottom so that I can continue to increase building up these vineyards in Aquitaine. Alright, doesn't look like anyone's going to get involved in this situation. The only people I can bring in are Sardinia, Piedmont anyway, which is fine. I don't need them. No one has chosen to get involved, so we are just on the front lines at this point. I feel very confident about this. A legitimist army. General Nicolas Changarnier has made numerous statements in support of the legitimist cause, using his position in the military to spread his beliefs far and wide. My family bled for Napoleon and the grand dreams of Europe under France, and now a new pretender comes to ask me to bleed for the same dream. Not any pretender, General, not any dream either. A throne restored, greater than any republic before or to come, and with you at its head, we will not have it any other way. Our soldiers sing the praises of the legitimist cause. 15 points. Legitimists would benefit from a consistent advocate, 0.5 per month. So as long as that lasts more than 2.5 years, that would be valuable. His words threaten a coup, dismiss him at once, reduces the progress of the Legitimists. I'm gonna... So let's also think about how much time we've got left. I think I need to go for as much progress as I can. No, I need the second one. Let's not faff about with this. Yeah, I think I do need to catch up, but we have one possible action. But is it encouraging the Orleanists? Because if it is, I'm not going to take it. Alright, we are winning battles here on all fronts. So, Mascara is rapidly becoming ours. I don't really need to concern myself with that. We're still building up these iron mines, but we're very close to being ready to build up the construction sectors that will need to continue to expand our vineyards. So I'm pleased about that as well. So how has this affected my markets? Artillery has become extremely expensive, as have guns. That's always going to happen when you get into a war. Steel continues to be pricey. Tools continue to be pricey. Paper continues to be pricey. As do groceries. Again, we're getting a ton of wood from Russia. Let's continue to try to sell wheat. We can send some to Hanover. Wine. Meat. Still no markets abroad. Fruit. A little bit of a market in Sweden. A little bit of one in Sicily. And then wine. Yeah, alright, hold on. There's a general European war popping off over here. Alright, so, what's this about? German leadership, humiliate Prussia. So Austria wants to humiliate Prussia and claim German leadership. Prussia, on the other hand, wants to claim German leadership and conquer Tyrol and South Tyrol. So far, I have not participated in wars like this. Russia is supporting Austria in this, and I think that's completely fine. I don't really have any significant feelings about that, so I think I'm going to leave that be. Unless I feel myself... Ooh, rifling. Excellent. Unless I feel myself suddenly and irrevocably interested in some sort of situation. I'll go ahead and implement rifling. That's going to increase cost of steel, which should be good for our steel mills. Modernizing the arsenal. The change in large-scale production from smoothbore muskets to rifles in the arms industry in the French Low Countries has ushered in a new era for small arms production in France. Even from 1,000 yards, you can still take the shot. Forward artillery positions can be harassed, bayonet charges stop before they even commence. The advantages are innumerable. Unless we develop sufficient manufacturing capabilities to produce these weapons, we are bound to face disaster on the battlefield. The Lille arsenal shall be famed throughout the world. France shall be at the forefront of military innovation. So the Lille arsenal shall be famed throughout the world, gives us migration traction, arms and artillery throughput in that state. France should be at the forefront of military innovation, gives us half that, but a bunch of progress towards repeaters. I'm going to go with the progress towards repeaters, because getting a tech advantage is always nice. We're going to need to capitulate Mascara in order to get this event closed out. This war closed out, rather. But I think we can do it. We're finally working on these construction industries now. And then finally we'll be back to building up these vineyards. I can't believe this. I'm still really far behind the Bonapartists. I know there's an event where you can, like, get someone's ashes back in France or something, but I can't figure out how to get there. Perfect. The Conquest of Algeria completed. The Proclamation of Algiers. Standing on the deck of the Gloire, flagship of the Mediterranean Squadron, General Changarnier announces the end of large-scale military operations in Algeria. The colorful procession of troops slowly snakes its way along Algeria's waterfront. Brightly clad Zouaves march lockstep towards the anchored French vessels lining the harbor, carrying the torn battle standards of vanquished Algerian regiments. Behind them, lancers, regulars, and native tirailleurs follow suit. As Nicolas Changarnier gazes out in the vast assembly of French military might from his position on the aft deck, his thoughts are interrupted by a gentle clearing of a throat. It's the governor, sir. He wants to know what's next on the agenda. Today we salute the heroes of Africa, increase the progress of the Bonapartists by 15, not going to do that. 10% of officer pops in France become loyalists, and 5% of servicemen do the same. Armed forces increase political group strength and interest group attraction and get us a bunch of claims. Subsidize companies to acquire farmland for European settlers, increases migration attraction to those areas, and increases progress for the Legitimists. So we're going to do that and gets a bunch of claims. Or the rule of the saber is at an end. Contact the sheikhs. Get a bunch of loyalists in there and progress the Orleanists. You know I'm going to go with subsidized companies to acquire farmland for European settlers because it gives us progress to the Legitimists. Kablam. It gives us a bunch of claims. We'll deal with that later. The Arab Bureaus. Building on experiences made during the pacification of Algiers, General Divided Monarchy has requested the creation of a bureau staffed by ethnographers, orientalists, and intelligence officers to aid colonial authorities in their interactions with the native population. 2 years ago, you went into the interior looking for a better way to tame the land. Now you return, saying we must confine the Europeans and not the natives? My friend, you've spent far too long outside the city walls. The sun may have frazzled your brain. Their skills will be instrumental in pacifying the land. Languedoc gets colonial brain drain, but Constantine gets Arab Bureau peacekeepers, minus 20% radicals from discrimination. Better understanding equals better exploitation. Colonial brain drain in Languedoc, but better wheat farm and livestock ranch throughput. Or abolish this initiative, it would only impede our settlers. Increases migration attraction, reduces, but gets increased radicals from discrimination. I'm going to go with the, I think, first one, because radicals from discrimination is going to cause major impediments to building up these areas, and I don't want that, because of all the turmoil it's going to cause. And I'm going to want to build a lot of livestock ranches and wheat farms and whatnot. So let's go ahead and reset our production methods in these zones. Why have Ildefalls on a weird production method for something? Unlit streets. No, I do like lit streets. Alright, so let's build up some livestock ranches we'll get started with. Because we want to stimulate migration attraction to these areas. We're finally very near to getting to continue to build up the vineyards that we were building. The Ottomans are buying our small arms. Hey, Ottoman Empire, you want to do a trade? This thing? Interesting. Still no. Well, I think this might be lost, friends. I only have another year to deal with it. I know there's an event I can get, but there's pharmaceuticals. I haven't been as successful with increasing the size of the agricultural sector as I thought I was going to be. I do have some available interests. Let's go ahead and declare them. Yeah, unfortunately, if you're going with the legitimist path, I think it's just not that interactable, and there's so much that you need to do in the early game to build out your ability to exist in the form of an economy that you just, it's really quite difficult to be able to get what you need to get to increase your ability fast enough. And by the way, this can't exile the guy thing this doesn't feel like it should be here. The leaders of France are Orleanists, and Louis Napoleon Bonaparte is a Bonaparte. He's the pretender. He was exiled for a long time, historically. Anyway, I'm not going to whinge too much about that. Hey, we're getting Bosniaks moving to the country, so that's nice. I'm not going to whinge too much about that. I'm still going to remain optimistic, and because I think there might be ways we could still do this, but it's going to be a bit of a struggle from here, and I'm not optimistic unless we get the event about the ashes. Like, I think the one option we have is completely downsizing the military, and that just seems counterintuitive to me. Like, is that really what we need to do? I think it is. Yeah, I mean... I don't like it, but they're getting so much progress from military building levels that it's just, I think it's basically the only way. And if I had a path to getting to national militia, that would be a different story, but I don't. I think what I'm gonna do is build up home affairs institutions, because being able to get, actually, I think building up conscript forces is going to be the way to go. Because if we reduce professional units, we might still be able to clinch it. So let's go ahead and set up some conscripts. Where have we got a lot of population available? Obviously this doesn't show stuff. So the 5 in each of these areas of infantry, 10 of artillery, just put all those in DN, and 5 of cavalry. And this is the second corps d'armée. The first corps d'armée, we're going to do the same. 5 here, 5 here, 5 here. For artillery, we'll do 10. And from Rome. And then the third corps d'armée, we'll do the same thing. We'll pull these ones from the north. 5, 5, and 5. Artillery, 10. Cavalry, 5. Nope. That's at the conscription limit, so I'll throw another in here. And then I think for the first Army Corps, I think we're going to double it. We'll have a real levée en masse. 5. So we will do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then cavalry. Oh, I didn't do any cavalry for these ones. Another 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, and then 10. We need another 5 artillery. That's what we need. I'm like, am I off on this math? Okay. This whole thing might be a really dramatic error, but I think it's just what we've got to do to slow down the Bonapartists. Because they're really close now. I really should have done that earlier. It's so orthogonal to my way of thinking about the game that you would downsize your military. But, I mean, downsizing your military for political reasons is a classic paradox interactive move, to be honest. And I think at this point I actually need to do it further, even more aggressively. So, unfortunately, that is what it's going to have to be. Gosh, I really don't like this. This army's going to need another leader. Again, I don't have... I can put an Orleanist that nobody likes in there, at least. Alright, so that has reduced... So we're now over them on progress, but again, unless I can get this event, I think we're toast. Unless we just disband the military entirely, and that seems like a completely dysfunctional suggestion. With that having been said, we actually are going to be at the end of the episode. Maybe next time we do this, maybe maybe if it fails, we'll see. I might still be able to get my guy in power afterward, because I think my track continues once they're finished. They need to get in power and stay there, but I can grab it. I can seize it from them, and I'm actually not that far away. So we'll see how things go, because I am continuing to build up the agricultural sector. If it winds up being a fool's errand, maybe I'll just start over and do my military downsizing earlier and build up the conscript force at the beginning, and then we'll kind of see how things go. For the moment, though, that's going to be all we've got for today. I've had fun. I hope you've had fun, and I'll see you all. Despite my whinging, I have had fun. I hope you have as well, and I will see you all on the other side.